Afosiosi here. Welcome back to another unhinged dragon video. This video will be a bit different than all my other Wings of Fire memes and videos. As some of you guys know, last year during the beginning of October, I took a trip down to New Hampshire to meet my favorite book series author, Tui Sutherland. I know this recap video is a bit late because it's 2026 now, but I've been getting requests to show some of my trip out in Boston and New Hampshire. So let's get into it, shall we? I first got word that Tui Sutherland was hosting a book signing Q&A event for her limited edition books back in the beginning of September. My mom was trying to figure out a good 20th birthday present for me, but didn't want to spoil what exactly the surprise gift was. She asked if I either liked going to Comic-Cons or visiting my favorite book authors more, and well, I caught on pretty quickly she was looking to book me and her an airplane flight to go to somewhere to meet Tui Sutherland. It had to be Tui Sutherland, I thought to myself, due to my latest passion of art and animation, and starting my next semester of college, I didn't have time for reading except for the latest Wings of Fire books, when they came out of course. Moving forward to October 3rd, which was my birthday, we ended up that morning jumping on a flight to New Hampshire. The Wings of Fire event starting right on my birthday was pretty convenient for me because I didn't really have anything going on that day. Before the event started though, I wanted to dress up a little bit as a character, so I had to scrounge up some last minute stuff. I ended up making the cosplay in 2.5 weeks before the event started. I also made 5 custom rose keychains as well, in case I might run across some fans that also follow me on YouTube. I ended up making my cosplay a little bit too big. The wings were a little bit giant that when I had to go through security to get on my airplane flight, they had to run it through a special scanner because it was too big to go in their original one. Cool perks though, we got 2 seats. Technically 3. One for me, one for mom, and one for my cosplay because it was so giant. Anyways, after our flight, my mom gets us a rental car and we first stop at Boston to visit some historical sites because my recent passion for history. I decided to dress up in half of my Queen Diamond cosplay that I brought with me and have my mom do some photography of me at some of the historical sites. I had a couple of people at Boston come up to me and comment about my outfit, which felt pretty nice because I spent 2 weeks on it. Later we stopped at a giant market to buy some food because this girl right here was craving some Boston food. There at the market, my mom found this nice pizza place and she bought me this giant slice of pizza. And I'm not lying, it was really good. Probably the second best pizza I've ever tried. Not that anybody cares, but if y'all are wondering about the first best place, I found that also during my trip, but I'll mention that later on in this video. Continuing on, my mom decided to take me to a nice restaurant that sells cannolis. I got 3 cannolis and they were giant, like the pizza. I'm not usually a fan of cannolis because they hurt my teeth, but the cannolis there, honestly, were very soft and tasty, and they were very friendly for my teeth, so I really enjoyed them a lot better than the cannolis here. Later, we took my first Uber drive back to our rental car because we parked a little bit too far away from Boston. Then we headed over to New Hampshire to go to a book signing event to meet Tui Sutherland. I overheard from some friends that were also going that Tui Sutherland was also hosting a dragon costume contest during the event, so I think that was also a main reason why I wanted to dress up and do something fancy. I had to make up something very quick for my cosplay because I heard I was meeting with Tui Sutherland during September, and I had 2, maybe 3 weeks that I could use to prepare my cosplay before taking the plane flight to meet up with Tui Sutherland. Unfortunately, we arrived a little bit late, though the costume contest was replaced with a dragon-themed parade, so I wasn't too disappointed that I missed out. There was a whole book event going on outside when we arrived, so I was able to put on my complete cosplay for the first time and wander around the tables and see what kind of goodies everybody had on the tables. I got a couple pictures with some nice authors, met a fan and a subscriber. Him and his mom are very awesome. And I got interviewed for the first time, which I'm very excited about. A nice lady running one of the booths was talking to me and my mom for a while, and then she asked if she could interview me for one of her blogs that she has. I'll put the link in the description of this video so you guys can find it. After being interviewed for a bit, my mom and I decided it was time to eat something. There was a nearby cafe and library by us, so we decided to stop there and get some grilled cheeses. My mom and I were in the middle of a conversation when a man approached us. He noticed one of the limited edition Wings of Fire books I had bought from the book event, and quietly told my mom and I that Tui Sutherland was going to be back in the library later on for lunch break. If looks could kill, my jaw completely dropped to the floor. I didn't even have to convince my mom if we could stay longer. She was completely fine with it. I wasn't able to meet Tui Sutherland or participate in the parade, so this was my big chance to meet her. We waited and looked around the library for a little bit. Then sure enough, as the guy said, Tui did arrive. As soon as I saw her walk in, my mind went completely scrambled. I thought of 100 ways of how to greet her at once. But all I could manage to do when she walked in was make the silliest of smiles and wave at her. She casually smiled and waved back, then continued to help some of her assistants unload tons of limited time books onto a table so she could sign them all. It was at this point that my brain could not reason what it wanted to do, so I basically stalked her for a couple of minutes. That was until my mom saw me fumbling, and my mom, being the silly mom she is, announced to the whole library that Tui was there. "Oh my gosh, it's Tui Sutherland," she'd say, nudging me closer to Tui Sutherland as she's signing books. My mom has always been embarrassing, so I've kind of just learned to go along with it. After getting out of my comfort zone a bit, I did have like a nice one-on-one talk with Tui Sutherland while she was signing books. I showed her some of my Peril and Clay memes because she said those were her two favorite characters. We also talked about lore writing and funny traits about characters. Then I got a bunch of Wings of Fire books signed from her. I also bought one of my friends a signed book, then bought an extra signed book for a kid at the library by me because my neighbor mentioned that she is also a fan of Wings of Fire. After saying goodbye to Tui Sutherland, I was getting a little hungry again, so we stopped by another pizza place that was next door to the library. This then comes to the spot where I came across the best, absolute greatest, scrumptious, tastiest ever pizza imaginable. Yes, it was very good. Like, the cheese, the crust, and everything was so good it melted in my mouth. They even had gluten-free pizza, which was nice for my mom because she's gluten-free, so she was also able to get a pizza. After the meal, we visited Boston again to check out some of the last-minute stores and shops. Then we headed over to our booked hotel room for the night. Afro.
I'm gonna have an afro tomorrow.
The next morning, we hopped into the rental car to New Hampshire for the second part of the book event. There I met a nice author dressed as a fairy, and we took pictures together because we both had the same fantasy theme going on. One of my fans reached out to me and said he was going to be at the event later on. He was going to meet with me in the main building where Tui Sutherland was having a Q&A event. My mom and I headed over to the main building and hung out there with some super cool cosplayers for some time while we waited for the Q&A event to start. While I was waiting, I got pictures with some of the cosplayers there. It was super fun interacting with them. I'm spoiling all the pictures of everyone's faces from here, except for the few older young adults that were comfortable sharing their faces. While I was interacting with some of the cosplayers, I heard someone with an excited voice say, "Hi, Afo." I turned around. It was the fan that mentioned that he would be at the event. We talked for a bit, took selfies at the end of the event, and I gave him a special keychain that I made for some of my fans before I was coming to the event. Tui had her Q&A, which was super fun and enjoyable. All of the kids there were super intelligent about the books. After, Tui shared some spoilers for the latest book she was publishing, Book 16, The Hybrid Prince, which was very exciting. After the event ended, my mom and I sat to the side while everyone got in line to get their books signed. Since my mom and I had already got our books signed, I was able to freely wander around and take pictures with some of my new fans and the rest of the cosplayers. The wait for the book signing ended up being 4 hours long, so I was really thankful we got to have our books signed the day before. While I was hanging around, I passed out some of my remaining keychains to my fans. I also met and got pictures with Nico Angel's cosplay and her friend. Additionally, I met Princess Serenity and got pictures with their cool persona as well. Overall, my new Hampshire birthday surprise was amazing, and probably one of my best and favorite birthday presents I've ever received. Some shoutouts I'd like to note. One of my fans that I met at the festival, that go by Commander 2010 on YouTube. Super fun and cool. His parents were very sweet and kind to me. I also enjoyed chatting and then taking a selfie at the end of the event. I'd also like to give a shout out to Nico Angel's cosplay. Thank you so much for letting me take pictures with you and your friend. It was super lovely meeting you guys. Additionally, I'd like to give a shout out to Tui Sutherland for the one-on-one chat and being an amazing role model. I'd like to also give a shout out to Princess Serenity for the fursuit tips and tricks, as well for their awesome fursuit design. On another note, I'd like to thank my mom for providing the funds and love to take me to New Hampshire and Boston. It was really fun and I really enjoyed meeting all of my new fans and current fans, as well as Tui Sutherland, visiting and eating lots of food and cannolis. Thank you. Lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys are the fire that keeps my content flowing. Thank you so much for your guys' support. First Uber drive back to our rental car, because we parked a little bit too far away from our rental car.
Huh?
I decided to make 5 keychains as well for the event, because I thought like maybe I might come across some of my fans that are also on my YouTube, that follow me on there, that stalk me on there, that are in my basement on there. And I did not look at my script. Bruh. Why, doggies? Why you barking? I'm recording!